Did you know that 90% of startups fail within their first 5 years? Or that 30% of new restaurants close within the first year? These are just a few of the shocking statistics that entrepreneurs often ignore. Starting a business sounds exciting, but the reality can be brutal. Many dreams end in failure before they even get a chance to grow. In this video, we're diving into 6 types of businesses that have shockingly high failure rates, backed by real data. From franchises to tech startups, retail shops to gyms, we'll explore why these businesses struggle to survive and what you can do to avoid the same fate. Stay tuned as we break down the surprising reasons behind these failures and show you strategies that can help your business succeed, no matter the industry. You'll want to stick around to the end because the tips we share could save you from a huge mistake. Chapter 1. The dreaded pitfall of the franchise fiasco. Why so many fail before they start. Franchises often seem like a safe bet, but the reality is much harsher. According to a study by FranchiseGrade, nearly 65% of new franchises fail within the first 5 years. The problem isn't always the brand. It's the high upfront costs, ongoing fees, and lack of real support. You might assume that buying into a well-known brand gives you a guaranteed success, but that's far from true. A big factor is location, which often gets overlooked. Even the best-known brands can fail if placed in the wrong area. In fact, half of franchise closures are due to poor site selection. Franchisors can't always control foot traffic or local competition, and many entrepreneurs fail to research these factors thoroughly. Then there's the issue of high royalty fees. Franchisors often take a large percentage of revenue, sometimes up to 10%. This means even if you're doing well, you're still giving away a chunk of your profits. This constant drain can push owners toward debt and eventual failure. One more overlooked factor is management experience. Many franchisees come from non-business backgrounds and struggle to handle the day-to-day operations. Poor management decisions, whether with staff or inventory, can snowball quickly. Franchise consultants recommend that you gain experience in business management before jumping into a franchise opportunity. It's also important to realize that franchising is not a passive investment. The notion of simply collecting a paycheck is misleading. Franchises require constant oversight and problem-solving. A study from the International Franchise Association, IFA, found that poor management and lack of hands-on involvement are some of the leading causes of franchise failure. Lastly, market saturation is another killer. Once a brand expands too quickly, there's too much competition in the market. This oversaturation can weaken the brand's appeal and lead to closures. It's vital to do a thorough analysis of a market's capacity before you dive in. Chapter 2. The Ghost of Startups Past. Why tech startups aren't always the golden ticket. Tech startups are often seen as the ultimate success story. However, the truth is more sobering. 90% of startups fail, and the technology sector is no exception. In fact, one of the biggest reasons tech startups crash is the lack of product-market fit. Entrepreneurs often build something they're passionate about, but if it doesn't solve a real problem for consumers, it's doomed. Another major pitfall is funding mismanagement. According to TechCrunch, about 70% of tech startups fail because they run out of cash. Many startups spend too much on flashy offices, marketing, or hiring before they're profitable. This leaves them scrambling for funds and struggling to stay afloat. Scaling too fast is another hidden danger. Entrepreneurs are often eager to grow their business quickly, but scaling before a product or service is truly market-ready can lead to disaster. It's better to take time, test the market, and perfect the product before expanding too aggressively. Data from the Harvard Business Review reveals that many tech entrepreneurs overlook the importance of team cohesion. The founding team's ability to work together can make or break a startup. If there's infighting or poor communication, the startup will struggle to move forward. Tech startups also face constant pressure from competition. In a fast-paced market, new players can emerge overnight, forcing existing companies to innovate or die. In 2023 alone, over 60% of tech startups failed because they couldn't keep up with their competitors. Another surprising cause of failure is the overhype around the product. A flashy pitch or trendy concept may initially draw attention, but without strong fundamentals, the startup's growth stalls quickly. Entrepreneurs need to ground their ideas in solid business principles and not just buzzwords. Finally, many tech startups face challenges with scalable marketing. Entrepreneurs can't afford to neglect marketing strategies that will grow with the business. Missteps in branding or audience targeting can result in a lack of visibility, even with a great product. Chapter 3. The Retail Roulette. Why brick-and-mortar businesses are on the brink of extinction. The retail industry is facing a massive upheaval. According to data from CB Insights, 30% of retail businesses close within 2 years of opening, and around 50% fail within 5 years. The rise of e-commerce and changing consumer habits are the primary culprits. First, let's talk about the power of e-commerce. In 2023, online shopping accounted for over 20% of all retail sales. Traditional brick-and-mortar stores simply can't compete with the convenience of shopping from home, especially when consumers can find lower prices and better selection online. Retailers that fail to adapt to technology are particularly vulnerable. A report from Deloitte found that 60% of retail businesses that didn't incorporate digital tools like e-commerce platforms, data analytics, and mobile apps went under in the past decade. These stores missed the chance to connect with customers through their smartphones, ultimately losing sales. High operational costs are another major issue for brick-and-mortar stores. Rents are increasing, especially in prime locations. With the shift to online shopping, these physical stores are now burdened with massive overhead costs that don't generate enough sales. In fact, retail rents in U.S. cities have increased by 40% over the last 5 years. Retailers also struggle with inventory management. Too much stock, and they're stuck with unsold goods. Too little, and they lose out on potential sales. Efficient inventory practices are a must, but many stores fail to streamline these processes, leading to unnecessary losses. Customer loyalty is another stumbling block. Research from Bain & Company shows that it's 5 times more expensive to acquire a new customer than to retain an existing one. Many retail businesses fail to create a compelling loyalty program, resulting in lost customers and decreased revenue. Another hidden problem is the over-reliance on foot traffic. Once a store becomes dependent on walk-ins, any changes in the neighborhood can cause a sharp decline in sales. A significant drop in nearby traffic, due to construction, new competitors, or other factors, can sink a retail business. Finally, lack of differentiation often leads to failure. A store needs a unique value proposition to stand out from the competition. Whether it's offering exclusive products or creating a one-of-a-kind shopping experience, retail businesses that offer the same products as every other store will quickly get left behind. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss the last 2 chapters and the valuable tips coming your way. Chapter 4. The Fitness Fad Flop. Why many gym owners end up in the red. The fitness industry is booming, yet many gyms fail to make it past the first few years. A staggering 80% of new gyms close within the first 5 years. While many see opening a gym as a lucrative opportunity, the reality is far more challenging. The number one reason gyms fail is a lack of members. According to the International Health, Racquet and Sports Club Association, IHRSA, half of gym memberships are never used. That means many people sign up and never actually show up. Another critical factor is poor location. Research shows that gyms located in high-traffic areas, such as near office buildings or shopping centers, tend to have a higher chance of success. A location in a remote area can doom a gym before it even opens its doors. It's also essential to consider local competition. In some cities, the gym market is oversaturated, which makes it difficult for new entrants to survive. Another reason gyms struggle is the high operating costs. Rent, utilities, equipment maintenance, and staff salaries can eat up the majority of your revenue. A report from IBISWorld shows that the average operating costs for a gym are over 70% of total revenue. Without a steady stream of members, this can quickly lead to financial trouble. Marketing is also crucial. Many gyms fail to invest in smart marketing strategies. Traditional flyers and print ads aren't enough anymore. Digital marketing is essential. Gym owners need a strong online presence with effective social media and SEO strategies to attract and retain members. In fact, 91% of consumers rely on online reviews to choose a gym, according to Bright Local. Another common mistake is offering too many services that don't generate enough revenue. While it's tempting to offer a wide range of services like group classes, personal training, and wellness programs, it can drain resources. Instead, it's better to focus on a core offering and become the best in that area. Retention is a major issue for gyms, too. Many gyms focus too much on attracting new members and forget to retain the ones they already have. Customer retention is key, and offering incentives such as discounted memberships or loyalty programs can help. According to Harvard Business Review, increasing customer retention by just 5% can boost profits by 25% to 95%. Chapter 5. The Restaurant Roller Coaster. Why dining ventures are more likely to crash than succeed. The restaurant business is notoriously tough, with 60% of new restaurants closing within the first year. That's a shocking statistic, but it's a reality for many aspiring restaurateurs. One major reason is underestimating startup costs. Opening a restaurant requires a significant investment in equipment, rent, inventory, and staffing. A study by Restaurant Business Magazine found that the average cost to open a full-service restaurant is $275,000. Many owners fail to budget properly, leading to cash flow problems before they even get started. Poor location is another big killer for restaurants. A restaurant in a high-traffic area might seem ideal, but high rent costs can outweigh the benefits. On the other hand, a restaurant in a low-traffic area may struggle to get enough customers. Location is often the first thing restaurant experts recommend to new owners, and it can make or break a business. Menu pricing is a hidden pitfall. Restaurants that don't price their menu items correctly often fail. It's not just about covering costs, it's about understanding your market. Pricing too high or too low can drive customers away. According to a study by Square, 70% of restaurants fail to adjust menu prices regularly, which leads to financial strain. Another problem many restaurants face is lack of differentiation. With so many restaurants competing for attention, it's important to stand out. Whether it's a unique cuisine, exceptional service, or a memorable dining experience, offering something different is crucial. Restaurants that copy existing concepts without adding their own spin often fail to build a loyal customer base. Staffing issues are also a frequent cause of failure. High turnover rates, poorly trained staff, and lack of management can all lead to a bad customer experience, which in turn hurts the restaurant's reputation. A survey from the National Restaurant Association found that 60% of restaurants report employee turnover as a major challenge. Marketing and brand awareness are also crucial. Many restaurants rely on word of mouth, but that's not enough in today's competitive landscape. Restaurants need to invest in social media marketing, local SEO, and online reviews to build their brand. According to a report from Zagat, 74% of diners use online reviews to choose where to eat, making it essential for restaurants to monitor and respond to reviews regularly. Finally, many restaurant owners don't understand the importance of cash flow management. The restaurant industry is notorious for thin profit margins, so managing daily expenses, especially labor costs and food waste, is key to survival. The average restaurant profit margin hovers around 3–5%, so any mismanagement can lead to quick failure. Chapter 6. The Online Store Mirage. Why e-commerce isn't always the money-making machine. It seems e-commerce is often seen as an easy way to make money, but the failure rate is surprisingly high. Research by the Small Business Administration, SBA, shows that 20% of new e-commerce businesses fail within the first year, and over 50% fail within 5 years. One of the main reasons is poor product-market fit. Entrepreneurs often launch products they're passionate about, but they fail to test if there's enough demand in the market. Another major mistake is lack of digital marketing expertise. In the crowded world of e-commerce, it's not enough to just have a website. You need to drive traffic to your store, and that means investing in SEO, paid ads, social media, and influencer marketing. According to HubSpot, 94% of consumers start their shopping journey with an online search, which makes SEO a must for e-commerce businesses. Another issue many e-commerce businesses face is inventory management. Whether you're dropshipping or holding inventory, keeping track of stock is vital. A study by Inventory Source found that 20% of e-commerce businesses fail due to poor inventory management. Stockouts, overstocking, and missed shipments can lead to customer frustration and lost sales. E-commerce businesses also struggle with customer acquisition costs. While it might seem easy to get people to visit your store, turning them into paying customers can be difficult. If the cost of attracting a customer exceeds the revenue generated, the business is unsustainable. According to a report by ProfitWell, customer acquisition costs in e-commerce have increased by 50% over the past 5 years. Another factor is poor customer experience. Many e-commerce businesses fail to offer clear communication, fast shipping, and hassle-free returns. In fact, 70% of customers say they would stop shopping at an online store if they had a bad delivery experience. Customers expect fast, free shipping and easy returns, and failing to meet these expectations can cause a loss in loyalty. Additionally, competition in e-commerce is fierce. Amazon, eBay, and other giants make it hard for smaller players to survive. E-commerce businesses need to find ways to differentiate themselves, whether through unique products, exceptional customer service, or niche markets. Finally, scaling too quickly can sink an e-commerce business. Many entrepreneurs get excited by early success and overextend their operations. Whether it's hiring too many employees, buying too much inventory, or investing too heavily in marketing, premature scaling often leads to cash flow problems and inventory management issues. If you found these insights helpful, make sure to subscribe. We'll keep bringing you more valuable tips on how to build a successful business and avoid the common pitfalls.